Hello, Living Dead Dolls fans. This is Josh, aka Doggiepants, and I'm coming at you in partnership with Mezco Toys for another Living Dead Dolls review. So I'm very excited because yesterday I got in Series 10 Resurrection variants. Yes! I was so excited for these dolls. They're super, super cool. They're really, really beautiful and extremely well made. Really good job, Mezco. And the fan base is already going crazy over these dolls. I think they're going to end up being worth quite a bit of money down the road. They're already really difficult to get, so just be aware of that. If you haven't got a set yet, it might be a little difficult. Like always, I'll start with Coffin, and then I will go from my least favorite doll to my favorite. This is tough. They're all pretty fantastic. I'm also going to show you the regular versions of the Resurrection set in contrast so you can see the two of them next to each other. But let's get started, shall we? Okay, so we're first going to take a look at the coffins. Now, some people are a little bummed about the coffins, and here's why. The coffins are standard Living Dead Dolls black coffins. They did an interesting kind of redesign of the coffins for the Resurrection set in that they did a black, like a solid black lid, plastic cover, so you can't actually see the doll, and a really interesting chipboard that goes all the way around. Oops, I'm starting to fall down. All the way around the outside of the coffin. So in order to open the coffin, you have to actually take off the plastic and pull this down. That's really hard for sealed collectors because you cannot see the dolls if they are sealed in the plastic, which is a bit of a bummer. Here's the thing. The regular version of Resurrection set, there were like golden certificates to get some specialty things from Mezco. That's not the case with the Resurrection set, so it's a little bit of a bummer that they have the black covers for this one as well. But whatever, these dolls are so incredible that it's hard to fault them for anything. So just be aware, if you're a sealed collector, you're probably going to have to take off the plastic. Sorry, guys. But anyways, here is the chipboard up close. It says Living Dead Dolls Resurrection with the giant X for 10. This one's for Tessa, so it has the doll's name below. And then there's also this little cross coming up here, right off of the chipboard. And again, it does go all the way around the coffin. I'm going to slip this off, take off this black cover so you can see what's going on underneath. It's just a black tissue paper. There's obviously no chipboard on the inside because it's on the outside of the coffin. This one has a hole in it for Tessa's hair, but the other ones don't have that hole. Yeah, but that is the coffin. Let's take a look at the dolls. I love them. All right. So we're going to start with my least favorite. Yeah, and it is Purdy. You know, it's really tough. I do really like Purdy, and I know a lot of people really, really love her. She's got a really cute outfit, and I think I actually prefer this outfit over the regular version. But I'm going to hold it up so you can kind of see what's going on here. She's got her bunny slippers, right? The little white bunny slippers. The original, they were gray. White with gray ears. You can see the little eyes and the nose on the bunny slipper there. The bottom soles are gray as well, and it's like a gray felt. And the bunny body is a little cottony, and you can kind of see the balls. Do you see that? Like how it's fuzzy. Really love that. Her dress is white. It's like a little nightgown. Black dots all over it. And then we've got this little black bit coming down off the bottom there. And that same kind of black feel goes around the neck of the doll as well. There's this tiny, tiny little black ribbon that they tied into a bow right around her neck. But that is it in regards to her outfit. Now, the original one came with like a sleeping cap. This one does not have that sleeping cap, so just be aware. Oh, one other thing to mention too is at the sleeve of this dress, there's a little bit of gathering, like a little bit of elastic. So it does kind of bunch in the arms and give the arms a little bit of a poof as well. Now, in regards to her hair, the original Purdy had no hair. The variant version of the original Purdy did have hair. The hair is done the exact same way as that original variant in that it comes down off of the bandage. I'm curious to see if this hair is just somehow glued or tacked on underneath this plaster gauze around her head, or if it's actually rooted into the mold. That I do not know. But it hangs pretty nicely. You can kind of see. This Purdy is blonde, and this is the first blonde Purdy that we've had. It's awfully cute. Again, this is like a plaster gauze. This is a really hard, like gauze material around her head. There's blood painted all the way around. And then she does have the standard Living Dead Doll's brain. You can squeeze it, pull it out. Whoop, there we go. And that's what the inside of her head looks like. So there is kind of like a dry blood look to it, but there is a hole in the top, and that's to get the air, in and out of the head of the doll. Yeah, so that's that. Let's take a look at her face. There we go. Really beautiful. Again, it feels like a little bit of a nod to older dolls. She's a white-skinned doll with that gray-blue smudging around the eye. Really nice eyelashes, a blue lip with a few lines on it, and then a really bright, intense green eye. And I really like her eyes. They seem very human, and I just think that's really, really nice. But that is Purdy, you guys. Super, super cool doll. Next up is Tessa. Yeah, I believe she was my favorite of the original Resurrection set, or the Resurrection 10 set, the regular versions, if you will. But this one's a little plain for me. Still beautiful, though. Absolutely beautiful. So, let's take a look at her dress. Her dress has actually got a lot going on. It's all white, so it's going to be hard to make out in this video. I'm going to try to hold it a certain way so you can see. So, we've got a ruffle that kind of goes around the top of the bodice, right? That ruffling material goes up and over the shoulders and then comes down to the back there. There is a tiny little bow right here in the center. And then we've got more ruffling details that go down the front of the doll. They are slightly layered, but they're sewn right here along the edges. This whole dress is kind of like a satiny material. It's really, really pretty. There's a little bit of lace going around the bottom there. But I think that's pretty much it. There is that same ribbon that's right there in the center of the bodice. There is a little bit of it up here too, right kind of like where you'd put a corsage kind of on the dress. This is all one piece and it does Velcro up the back. Now, her hair is drastically different than both the original and the regular Resurrection set in that it's pulled back into this kind of like side sweep with a low bun. I think it's actually really pretty. It's a really nice style for a Living Dead doll. They've got this one little piece of hair that's curled down and hanging on the side. And then the bun in the back is a little bit of a messy bun for me. I was hoping that it would be a little bit tighter, kind of like the original Lizzie Borden or something like that. But it's still really pretty, and the way that it kind of shows on the side of her head there, I think is really nice. Her face paint is almost identical, I believe, maybe slightly different. Oh yeah, there is some differences than the regular Resurrection set, in that there's a red around her eyes. She does have that standard thin eyebrow that we've seen on all Tessas. And her lipstick, you're probably going to be hard to tell in this video, but it's actually kind of maroon in color. It's not black. So the regular Resurrection version is black. This one's a little bit more maroon, if you will. Now, like the Resurrection version, she also comes with these eyeballs. They are exactly the same. I'm going to hold them up in the package because I don't want to lose them. But you're going to see that it's like a little teeny green eyeball with some blood on the back of it. And they're kind of a hard plastic that you can actually stick into the eye sockets of the doll. So you can put her eyes in and take them out if you'd like. They're a pain in the butt to get out, though. You got to squeeze her head in kind of a really weird, awkward way to get them to pop out. So I'm not going to do it in this video. You can see it. I did put it in the regular Resurrection set. So if you go onto my YouTube page and want to see that, by all means, it's there. Take a look at it. Yeah, but the eyeballs are exactly the same. This dress is all one piece, and it does Velcro up the back. One thing that I think is a little odd about Tessa is she's obviously dressed in this really bright white satin. It almost feels like a formal wedding dress or something. But then underneath, boom, we got black, like patent leather, glossy, witchy boots. And it just seems kind of in contrast with the dress. I wish they were white, but it's all right. It's cool. No socks on this doll either, so just be aware. The lighting's going a little crazy in this video, like always, but I think it's actually helping you get to see some detailed versions of the dolls, so I'm going to let it be. Yeah, I'll show you the comparison at the end of the video. I normally show it as we go, but we'll do it at the end this time. So next up, now this was really difficult because both these dolls are absolutely incredible. Next up for me is, and this may be a little controversial, The Lost. This doll is so well made. She's so well made and she's so beautiful and the quality is absolutely insane. but let's take a look at her outfit. Now, this dress is cotton, unlike the satin of Tessa's, and I'm going to show it kind of up close so you can see the detail. There's a lot going on with this dress, okay? So it's cotton material. It does make it look like there are two layers, and there are, I guess, to a point. So it's got this over piece that does go all the way to the back. You can't take it all the way up because it's sewn straight down here, but you can pull it back pretty far. So there we go. So it's like a little overlay piece. Um, there's two little bows right there. Oh, no, I guess there's more than just two, huh? One, two, three of them. Sorry. Three little bows. There we go. Good light. Three little bows right there at the bottom of the dress. There's a ribbon detail that goes around the bottom of the dress. We also have lace that goes around that overlay, and that goes all the way around the back of the dress as well. Okay, and then it comes up here to right below the bodice where you see another bow. There's some like lattice ribbon work down the bodice, and she's got this giant white bow tie, which I think is really, really cute. Over a collar with a little bit of lace on it as well. And that collar goes all the way around. Yeah. There is a bow in the back, and like most Living Dead dolls, it's not tied, it's just sewn there. So this Velcro does Velcro all the way off. You can take it completely off. Her sleeves are a little bit of poofed on the side. There you go. It's gathered, right at the kind of elbow range, and it does flare out right at the wrist there. So there we go. That is her white, gorgeous, gorgeous dress. Now, what's interesting about this one is they did give her the white witchy boots. They gave her the white patent leather witchy boots, so they could have done it with Tessa. I think maybe they just didn't want to have both dolls have the same boots. She also does not have socks, so just be aware of that. Where this doll really soars, although I think the outfit is absolutely incredible, is her hair. It's some of the best quality Living Dead dolls hair that I've seen in a long time. This like gorgeous, gorgeous long white hair, easy to run your fingers through. It's silky, silky smooth. It's so shiny that it almost feels like it has a little bit of a blue tint, but it does not. So it's extremely well rooted, very, very thick, feels like old school Living Dead doll. Love it. Love it, Mezco. Really, really well done. Now, her face paint is gorgeous. Is very similar to the Resurrection one, just slight differences. Um, well, I guess no. I guess there's some major differences, actually. She has that same kind of, almost looks like a skull, uh, black line that goes around her face. And now, this one, it looks like she's frowning. Look at her lips. They kind of go down, so it looks like she's a little bit more sad, a little more lost, if you will. She has really black glass eyes with a little white dot that is oh so the lost. And then she does have airbrushing around the eye as well, which I love it when they do good airbrushing on a doll. Now, one of the coolest things about this doll, you can go online and see tons of pictures. It doesn't really show up well with my black light, so I'm not going to do it. But this part, everything that's on this side of the black line glows in the dark. And it glows really well, too. It's really, really beautiful. So it's almost like this little glowing green skull when the lights go off. Super, super beautiful. Really great job on this doll here. She does come with her dolly, of course. So here is her dolly in the little black dress, which does feel a lot like the original Lost dolly, which I appreciate. So it does have a little black dress, a white ribbon around the center, yarn hair, and it's sewn kind of all the way around the doll's head, which is nice. It lays nicely. And then we've got that skull drawing of the regular version of the Resurrection doll on the face of the doll as well. So she comes with a little dolly. Super, super cute. But that is the Lost, y'all. All right? Which means that my favorite of the series is Angus. And he's just so well made, so beautiful, really, really well done. And for a doll that's not that popular, for him to, well, I mean, people do like the original doll, but he doesn't have the fire that, say, the Lost does for a lot of people. For him to be one of the most sought-after Resurrection dolls is really, really impressive. So, good job, Mezco. But here he is, oh, in all his glory. Now, he may look a little strange to you and may be like, I don't get it. He's so well made. He's so beautiful. It's absolutely incredible. So, where do you even start? I guess with his overcoat. This coat is like the softest material you could possibly think of. So think of like those little teeny stuffed animals that they offer to babies, that kind of soft material. That's what this coat is made out of. It's like a little fuzzy teddy bear coat. So it's all one piece, and I'm going to pull up the collar so you can see that it's just like a kind of a regular coat that goes all the way around him, right? There's some rust staining around the front of the coat, around the bottom, around the cuffs, and then obviously on this incredible collar that lays here as well. So I'm going to bring up the fur so you can see that that does go all the way around this piece as well. This coat is all one piece and does Velcro right here up the front, by the way. No buttons or anything, which I kind of dig. Then he has this faux fur collar over top of it, and that same faux fur is around the sleeves of the doll as well. Now you're going to notice, you may have seen it in some of the pictures, you see that tiny little button right here in this, there it is, in this black fur? There's a little piece of elastic on the other side, which you have to, here, there we go, I was able to unloop it. You loop that little elastic around that button and it helps keep the collar closed, which is actually really nice because it makes him display really, really well. I'm going to pull this open so you can see what's going on underneath. So, boop, boop, boop. Here we go. So this is his outfit underneath. He's got black pants, and there's that same rust staining around, there we go, lights, thank you, around his feet and around the bottom of the pants. Going up, he's got suspenders, and these suspenders are made of elastic. It's elastic material, so you can really stretch it out, which I dig. He's got a cute little black bow tie with his white shirt. Now this underpiece is all one piece. There's no sleeves on the shirt. It's very like old school suits for Living Dead dolls. So just be aware of that. And that's all one piece. It does Velcro up the back. Now, he does have the standard Living Dead dolls boots, but no socks on underneath this doll either. So just be aware of that. Now I'm going to take off his beautiful hood. And before I do that, I'm going to hold up the other Angus. I know I said I was going to wait till the end. But I want you to see that the hoods are actually shaped differently too. These ones have nice points. It's made out of the same material. It's just shaped slightly different. And this hood has a triangle opening in the eye as opposed to this weird kind of like, like, you know, the slit on this one. And then it also has a cutout for his upside down cross on his forehead. Again, that same rust color makes it around the opening and around the edges of this hood. Now, just like the original Angus, there's this old school twine that wraps around his neck, and that's what holds on the hood. You want to be careful with this because these fall apart really easily. My old Angus, it's like on its last leg, so just be aware. I'm going to take the hood off and you can see just how beautiful this doll is. Look at him. The design is so nice. So it's almost like he's a green doll, like the original Angus, but he's got this white smudging all over his face, which makes everything just kind of chalky and weird. Now, his the skin of his body is actually white, so don't think that he's green. But the paint job, I just think, is really nice. Now, also, all of these branches coming up off the eye, off the mouth, and this upside-down cross on his forehead, that's all part of the mold. It actually goes into the doll. It's really nice. We haven't seen them do that before, so I like it. He has really simple yellow glass eye with a green pupil, so we don't have that weird bulging one that the regular version has, so just be aware of that. I think this one suits him actually a little bit better than the other. He does have this weird, like, not widow's peak, but this, like, missing chunk out of the top of his head, which I kind of dig. And then the hair is really thickly rooted, actually, and lays really nicely on the doll. There's no gel in it, so it just lays perfectly. You didn't have to brush anything out, which I dug. But yeah, you can also see his white shirt a little bit better now that the hood's off. This collar is sticking up a little bit, but I'll put that underneath his bow tie. Yeah, he's also a hook-handed doll. I forgot to mention that. Standard Living Dead doll's hook. Again, that same rust color is smeared on this doll. I just like it. He feels very antique and weird and bizarre and beautiful. I cannot tell you. It's just the quality of this doll is absolutely incredible. So, he's my favorite, and you should try to get him if you can. This hood is not going on easily. I will futz with it later, not while I'm making a video. But yeah, okay, so let's take a look at all of the dolls together. I'll try to get his coat at least closed for you guys. If I can do that right now, we'll see. And I can't because I'm incompetent. All right, here he is with the original Angus. So you're going to see he's got this beautiful, beautiful coat. Angus has just kind of the old school suit going on. It's really, really beautiful. So there is Angus. Moving down the line, here are the two Losts together, right? So we've got kind of the original white and black Lost that we had in the regular versions. They kind of mirrored that as well, except it also worked its way into the dresses, which I liked. Yeah, but that's the two Losts together. Now we have beautiful, beautiful Tessa. Gorgeous, gorgeous, fancy, fancy doll. There we go. And then the last one is Purdy. Oops, sorry. Purdy, there they are together. Gorgeous. But yeah, you guys, that is the new Resurrection variant set. And they are really, really gorgeous. Again, they're going to be hard to track down. I'm seeing people trying their damnedest to get an Angus doll, which I love. I love when weird boy dolls end up being super popular. Yeah, but here they are. Resurrection X or Resurrection 10 variants. Get out and get them, you guys. This is a set that you do not want to miss. They're really cool, and I believe they're limited to 150. That's what the box says. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. Have a nice night. Bye.